produce the required produce the required documents following all instructions using the letterhead created to prepare an information sheet shown below following the instructions given. Use margins of 0.5 inch or 1.2 centimeter all around with a page border. Use 2 clear line spaces between rows. Save file as information. I'll be using Microsoft Word. All right. So what I did before, I've gone ahead because this is a follow-up question to question 2A, and the letterhead would have been prepared already, right? So it asks us now to use margins of 0.5. So, okay, to get the margins, you go to Layout and then select Margins, all right, and go to Custom Margins. The custom margin now is either 1.2 centimeter, or if your computer is in inches, it will be 0.5 inches, 1.27. So we're going to make the changes. It's all wrong, so all of them is 1.27. And press OK. All right, we should also have a page border. All right, so we go to Design. To the far right, we have page border. And then you'll select an appropriate one based on your preference. You can choose to go to, we'll just choose something that is, let's see, and choose from among these. And press OK. All right. Now, notice that I'm going to have to adjust my page border. So because it's affecting how it looks. So I'll go for something that is simpler. I just go for a simple style. And that does not complicate. That's my letter here. All right, not so bad. All right, so now we can get into the document. So we are putting the margins, and now I will put in the border. Now we need to save it. So we'll File, and then we're going to select Save. All right, it's good to save. One of the first thing to do is good to save. All right. All right, I'll go File, Save As, because I realized I was using this document before. So I'm just going to use Save As, and then it says we have to save as information. Right, information. And then, all right, so you save it, and then you can go ahead and start typing. All right, so now we are going to have the first thing. It says that we have information sheet, right? And it should be centered. It should also be in all caps, and it should be bold, right? Right. And it should be in all caps, all right? And bold. Remember your 2 spaces in between. All right, so one of the things I realized with mine, I'm going to have to do some editing, because if you realize that when I put in my show hide, the spacing is not done properly. So I'm going to take out all spacing. Here we go. So we should have clear to show hide. So now I can actually go ahead and continue with my document, and have 2 spaces. Press enter. Now I can enter instruction. Notice that instruction is all caps and it should be in bold. So I can go and put it in bold right away. Instructions, all right, in bold. And just using my tab space to make it clear and easier. All right, it's still in bold, so I'm going to take off the bold of it. All right, and remember the shortcut Control B. And go ahead and type. And remember with Edpm, correctness is important. Right? 1, 2 clear space, then we go ahead. Right, so be capital patient. patient's name. Then it says we're supposed to use leader dots. Oh, sorry, leader dots, tab space. Then first name is supposed to be in all caps, followed by some leader dots again. All right. One, two space, then you go ahead and type address. One, two, three. Then we have postcode, sorry. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and type in the others. Occupation. All right. Then do drive, followed by that. 1, 2, right? Do you wear contact lens? Lenses, right? And 1, 2. So you should have, I turn on my show height so that I can see my spaces clearly, right? You can take them off if you prefer, and then you can put them on later, just to test to ensure that you're doing the correct thing. Right? Mm-hmm. All right, so remember we need to put in our leader dots. I'll just speed up the process. And remove the excess ones. Right. Okay, now we are at the section. It says note, add the following questions and insert a text box for yes or no responses. And please note that this should take you no more than 20 minutes. Is are you all right? I realize I'm using bold, so I'm going to have to take it out of bold. Are you make sure when you're doing this, you are in a comfortable space, that your paper is comfortable. All right, for this section, it asks us to ensure that we use text box. I'm just going to finish the typing and then I'm going to add text box later. Then I'm going to put in my thank you at the bottom. Right, thank you, and it should be centered. All right, so I am going to fix ensure that I have corrected any error, my spelling and grammar, etc. All right, please note that we should use text box. So we're going to go to insert and we're going to go to shapes. And there are different ways you can do this, but we're just going to add the shapes, right? And I choose a square one. And I want it to be plain, all right? And beside it, I can have my tab, my yes, all right? And then I can have my no. And I'm just going to make it simple just because I want my box to be consistent in terms of shape and size. So I'm just going to copy it and paste, and I'm going to drop it. Mark and simple, just do it over. All right, once you have done one, you can go ahead and copy and paste beside the others. All right, so you take the text box. You can just simply just quickly just draw it and go to insert, shapes, and simply draw as simple as the text box right here. And then keep it plain. Right. So the shapes and just remove it. And whichever method works for you, you can go ahead with that. Right. Right, so we're gonna have yes. And make sure I have my custom. Oh, and yes. Right, so I'm just going to go back through and change my no to capital at the S, put some capitalization in there. All right. So let's look back at what we did. Look back. All right, so first I am going to, if you notice that we have two spaces in between each row, and we have two show hide to show this. Let me remove this extra box that is here, right? Give you go through and you look back if you well ensure that you have time and you go back, look through and see that you have done the correct thing. All right, some of my leader dots are not at the same place. I can make the necessary adjustments. All right, so remember to practice because practice makes perfect and you are able to develop your typing skills. Right. All right, there's one more thing on the instruction paper. It says you're supposed to italize the part that says please complete. So we're going to put it in italics, right? And then there are two spaces here, so we're going to remove the extra space. And of course, you would have seen that with the right here, two spaces, right? And that takes care of question 2B, 2023, Edpm.